Welcome to the channel everyone. Now today I have a Scum 0.95 and beyond news and updates video for you all. So let's jump straight in, see what the devs have been up to, shall we? So first up first, as always, programmers, we understand that the past few weeks have been a bit dry in this section, as the team has mostly been focused on bug fixing. However, this week we have a lot more to share and we can go into greater detail about what our programmers are doing. First off, work has continued on the much anticipated quest system and the content related to it, as well as the armed NPCs that will make your survival on the prison island even more challenging. Next, the team has restarted work on the armband, as well as the turret you'll be able to place on your base. Remember that dead speedometer needle on the ATV? That's been taken care of too. The way small vegetation reacts to the wind is also being greatly improved, making the map feel even more realistic. And last but not certainly least, the team has started to make improvements to the Horde and the encounter system. Now, massive one here, turrets on bases. I for one can't wait for that. That'll be a massive help, especially as a solo player. Playing on a server with multiple squads around, it will just give me a bit more protection. Now, as we've seen, there's quite a lot of visual reworks going on at the moment. As they've stated here, small vegetation is going to react a lot better with wind, making it feel more realistic. We've also got lighting, foliage reworks coming in as well. I know I said it last week, but I honestly can't wait for all these sort of environment changes and all these little foliage updates and things like this. It will just make the game feel and look completely different. And yes, question that is on everybody's minds right now, what is going on with the encounter system and the hordes? It's nice to know that they are still working on that, and hopefully we will see some sort of change very soon, and a change that everybody is happy with. Right, now let's move on to level design. Our level designers are still hard at work reworking and improving some of the POIs, such as the castle ruins, airport hangar, military hangar, and the prison. They're also reworking the terrain for the BO sector. Optimizations are being made to the weapons factory POI and the town of Samabor, along with updates to the environment and level design for the airport. So again, going back on what we said with programmers, there's a lot of, upgrades and reworking going on with just the look of Scum itself. And I feel like these are going to be for the better. We're getting upgraded POIs, we're getting upgraded foliage, environmental stuff, lighting, things that should have been worked on, near the end, polishing wise, which is what they're getting around to doing now. Yes, there are still bugs. Yes, there is still a problem with the Horde system, but hopefully soon we will see that fixed. We did see a whole host of bug fixing in the recent hotfix, which we'll go over soon, but hopefully that continues over the next few weeks. So with that said, let's move right along now to the art team. The hard service team is also working on the aforementioned turret and speedometer for the ATV, as well as improving the skeletal mesh for the dropship. Rework has continued on the M1 Garand, along with something the community has been asking for and patiently waiting for. Behold, the almighty cruiser. So as you can see below, the cruiser is going to be making its way back very soon. And it'll be nice to have another style of bike in the game other than the dirt bike. We've got the push bikes, but yes, it's something that has been missed by the community for quite some time now, and it's nice to see that it will be coming back. And again, with all the vehicles, they will eventually sort of start slowly coming back in their reworked forms, the modular forms, being able to add all these extra bits and bobs onto them. Yes, it has taken some time, but it was, in my opinion, the correct move to make. We have eventually got upgraded systems and upgraded vehicles. So I'm happy with it, but yes, it is taking a bit of time to get them back in the game. But they will all be back before 1.0. As well as this, the soft surface team has been busy reworking several items and conducting overall optimizations. Meanwhile, the animation wizards have been working on a multitude of improvements, such as better animations for the Scar L weapon and weapon malfunctions. Work has also continued on improved foliage animations, a new trailer for the game, and overall bug fixing. So again, a lot of bug fixing, a lot of upgrades are going in from pretty much all departments at the moment. And there is a little thing there, weapon malfunctions for the Scar L. As we've seen a couple of weeks ago, weapon malfunctions are being worked on again, and we should hopefully see these back in the game soon, which I am all for. They do give a a good extra element when it comes to, you know, firefights and being engaging, engaging with other squads or enemies, you know, PvP and stuff like this. Being in the middle of a firefight and your gun jams is hell on earth, but it makes it so much more interesting, you know. So I can't wait for the weapon malfunctions to come back in. Again, a lot of improvements coming into Scum, hopefully very soon. We know 1.0 is aiming for Q2 of next year, so 6-7 months we should see 1.0, which means within the next 6-7 months we should have all these improvements, all the vehicles back. Hopefully we'll see a decent state to the encounter system and those puppets even sooner than that though. But this cruiser looks lovely, and I can't wait to get my hands on it in-game. So let's move along now to the sound team. The sound team has been busy with recording sessions. We've heard sounds of the guitar and the forest during both daytime and nighttime. So it does look like they are doing a complete rework to ambient sounds, you know, within forest and in-game as well. I know they were sort of upgrading and touching up a little bit, but over the last few weeks it has really been looking like they've been going out recording completely new stuff to put into the game. So hopefully we'll see this very soon as well, on top of all those visual improvements. And with that said, we'll move along to QA/CM. As we've said, it's business as usual with these guys, though they might be testing something specific this week. Now, who knows what that could be? Maybe it's the cruiser, maybe it's NPCs, maybe it could be some visual improvements. Again, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe next week they'll give another hint, or we may even see another update. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Right, last but not least for the dev update, the design team. Our designers have been hammering away on the quest system. It's their sole focus right now, and we can't wait to share more on that topic soon. And again, I think a lot of us are waiting to see the extent of this system, you know, how much we are going to be able to do with it. We have seen a couple of teasers already about missions, using mobile phones as well to accept missions, but there's not a lot to go on as of yet. I've said personally I want this to be a massive part of the game. I feel like single player players as well as PvE players are really going to want a lot out of this system. PvP players, I don't think they're going to mind as much. But again, those other two sides of the community are really going to want this to be a big part of the game. You know, give them a lot to do. I feel like this is going to really update the PvE side of the game, as well as obviously when we get the NPCs come into the game as well, it's going to be even more of a challenge. So I can't wait for the quest system to come in and for some more hints and leaks for it as well. But hopefully not too much longer on this before we see it. Right then, dev update out of the way, we'll move on to this week's hotfix. And there is a range of bug fixes, as you can see on the screen now. I'm not going to go through them all because it does take quite some time, and I'm pretty sure that's going to bore quite a lot of you. So feel free to pause the video here, have a quick look through and see what bug fixes have been made. But one I will say that I'm very pleased with, my well is finally fixed. I know there's more concerning things at the moment, but considering I play most days, having a well in my base is essential. So, you know, it really did sort of put a spanner in the works when it came to, you know, my daily playability of Scum. Other than that though, we also had a lot of quality of life additions put in, as you can see on the screen again. I'm not going to go through these, feel free to pause the video here, have a quick read through them. But one I will point out right at the bottom here is lowered the chance to trigger a horde. Now I have noticed that the scream that we normally hear for the hordes, I don't hear anymore. I think they have added a setting for this, which was in the hotfix. Now I'm not sure if it's due to this setting being changed on the server I am on, or if they've sort of removed the scream as such, but I have had hordes still, okay? I usually aggro one, and then I'll see 3 or 4 others aggro towards me. So in my opinion, I think they should just get rid of the scream altogether. I don't think it's needed to alert you that there's a horde coming. I think the horde should just appear, not like appear in front of your eyes, but you know what I mean. The horde should converge on your area without an alert as such by screaming, you know. I've always found that a bit off-putting with the Horde. Now, other than this, there are some known issues that are being worked on. Poop is not visible on the ground after defecating, and certain characters have mismatched colorations between the neck and the rest of the body. So yes, these are known issues. If you do have any other issues that you are coming across, please report them. You can either do it in-game, hit in your escape key, report illegal content. This will bring you straight to the website, which you can report it there. Or what you can do is go over to Steam General Discussions and Bug Reporting and make a bug report there also. But that is pretty much going to be it for this week. I hope you did enjoy the video and you got some knowledge out of it. Now, I just want to give a quick shout out to our channel members. Thank you very much for your extra and ongoing support. It's always appreciated. If you want to join them, you can do. Head to the channel, hit that join button and see what perk suits you best. But of course, if you want to support me in another way, you can do simply by liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And that way you'll stay up to date with all the latest Scum news, armor content, and even that random stuff I like to get up to. Until next time, see ya.